Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a Transfer Daily show, which I will be bringing you once. I want to do it daily, but I'm not sure. So if I have time, I'll do it every day. If I don't, it'll be like once a week, I reckon. Got some big news coming in from certain outlets in the UK. Sunday is a bit of a paper day, so mainly a lot of reports come out from each newspaper as it is Sunday. If you do miss the show, you can catch it up on YouTube on the Marcus and his football YouTube page. We're small at the moment, but we're looking to grow a bit. So if you can share and like and subscribe to the channel, you will be highly appreciated and regarded very highly on this channel, especially as we're small at the moment. I know I'm rambling about nothing at the moment, anything special. So we'll move on from that. Sorry, I've got a bit of cold. I slept weirdly and left the fan on, so massive shame I've got a bit of a cold. But that doesn't affect the show. I'm not ill. I just have a cold. So on the ticket, it says, today Marcus is chatting about the latest football transfers. It's better, right? Comment down below what transfers do you want to see and which will happen. You can comment after the stream's done. You can comment as the stream's on. You can comment whenever you feel like commenting. So make sure you comment, as I like to hear other people's opinions. And if we get that big, I'd get a server so everyone can let their opinions out on a group chat type thing. What transfers you want to see and which transfers will happen. There's a difference between what transfer you want to see and what transfers will actually happen. Because you can just say, sorry about that. You can just say, I want Messi, but it's not going to happen. So there's no point saying that. Please can you like, subscribe, share the channel. In today's show, we've got Sancho to talk about, Angel Gomez and Coutinho. So I think we'll start off with, this is a bit of a shocker. We won't talk about those three names yet, but apparently Spurs are in for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So this is a weird story because it's not equal to the Sol Campbell move from Spurs to Arsenal, but at the end of the day, he is moving to, if it does happen, but it's only paper talk at the moment, so it's not really that realistic. I'm just going to bring it up so we can get that out of the way. So Maitland-Niles is a former central midfielder, I believe. I'm not totally correct on that, but if any Arsenal fans do know what exactly he used to be, I'm pretty sure he used to be a centre mid, some form of midfielder, definitely. And then in the Unai Emery days, which was now, a year ago or whenever, half a year ago, Emery used to play Maitland-Niles into right back. So, funny enough, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a right back now. He's a right wing back type thing, but he did play, I'm pretty sure in the FA Cup semi-final, he did play left wing back for Arsenal against City, which is, he was great there. So I can't say he was poorly and he doesn't deserve to play for Arsenal, but I don't think his game time's limited. Arsenal sack 55 staff, not sacks, wrong word. They've released 55 staff. And I don't think they have the financial ability at the moment to keep him. I think they're trying to use him as an asset and sell him and get rid of him and get rid of his contract and everything, because at the end of the day, Arsenal are looking to sign Aubameyang on a 3 or 4 year contract. I think it was 3, but that's only talk at the moment. So don't quote me on that. And they're also looking to move on Ozil, because Ozil has been playing literally next to nothing in the last few months. This guy's earning £350,000 a week, and he doesn't even play a minute. He's not even on the bench. At least be on the bench to look respectful. He just doesn't even make the bench. So I'm saying if Arsenal have to pay Ozil's wages and Aubameyang's crazy 250k a week wages, they are looking to get rid of an asset such as Ainsley Maitland-Niles, which is crazy because he's a good youth product, and this guy has got a bit of a future on his hands. He's looked promising. I've watched him in under 17 level. I've watched him at under 23 level at local clubs and stuff. He's a good little player, and he's also playing in he's around the first team setup. I just don't think if I was him, I'd probably look over to move on, as he's not getting the game time he wants, and to go to a club like Spurs, it could be like as equal. So if I was him, I'd probably move on to a club in mainland Europe, do maybe what Sancho did, go to like Germany, play a couple of years out there, get really hyped up, let your price tag go above whatever it wants to be. Get some money by your name, if you know what that means. It basically means what it means is you want to create a price tag, a very efficient price tag by your name. If you go out to a slower league to the Premier League, a lot of scouts will watch out for you, and especially English talents abroad, you are likely, if you play well, you are likely to get scouted and put onto move to on a big transfer to back to either England or somewhere even bigger than wherever you are. Reiss Nelson did it for Arsenal. He went to Hoffenheim, I believe. So that's another Arsenal player that has gone out to Germany to play football for a bit. So that is that. So basically, we'll wrap up with the Spurs and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. They're Arsenal looking to move him on, but it's only paper talk at the moment, so don't listen to that. Take it with a pinch of salt, as I'd say. So take it with a pinch of salt. If you are here, like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Let me just add something quickly. Sorry about this, people. Right, anyway. So if you haven't subscribed, we would appreciate if you could subscribe. Right, let's move on now. I know this wasn't included in the title, but this is probably a massive topic now. I don't know much about it. I've heard. Rules have been done by UEFA for FFP. I didn't actually get hold of what exactly. It's obviously to do with money, as is FFP. But I didn't actually get exact what actually went wrong. I think their income or something, or their sponsorship was too high in 2020 or something, I believe. And now they've only got a 23-man squad for if they qualify for Europa or Champions League next season. So they can only have 2 less players than every other squad, which is interesting, but crazy at the same time. I mean, it won't make that much of a difference, but it will make a bit of a difference because you can't have 2 players in case you wanted to bring some 2 extra players, which I don't know enough about, so we'll move on from that. So I only saw it pop up on Twitter. Let's move on to some last night. Basically, Lampard defends his players. Oh, I was going to say players. Sorry about this. We'll just edit it. So basically, what happened was, while I'm changing this, Lampard, his team, his beloved Chelsea, the legend of himself, Lampard. Yesterday, his team got whacked 4-1, I believe. It was 4-1, so 7-1 aggregate. We lost 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. It was a bit of a whitewash, to be honest. They didn't look very good. Hudson Odoi scored a goal that didn't count. Tammy Abraham scored an open goal. They didn't play well. Bayern Munich's class really did pay imminence, whatever the word is. And to be honest, no one really saw Chelsea getting anything anyway. So I don't think it's that massive of a deal. But Lampard did come out either last night, I believe it was last night. He did come out saying that he does defend his players. He says they're a good bunch of people, he quotes. He also says that they've been really great this season. They've earned their Champions League for next season, getting that 4th place. And obviously City didn't get the FFP thing, so 5th place isn't Champions League anymore. But he's defended his players. He said that they were never going to win. They've been a great bunch of players, great bunch of lads. He's looking forward to next season. He also did come out complaining about how the Premier League's starting too early, as in like the season's restarting again for the next season. It's restarting again too early, which to an degree, to an extent, I would agree because it's very difficult for teams like City, Man United, Wolverhampton Wanderers to. If I forgot any English clubs' names, I do apologise about that. Those are the ones I can think of at the moment. So, for clubs like Man U, for example, they've played extra rounds because they're in the Europa League. So they've got to play the round of 32, which the Champions League don't. So they've got 2 extra games, which they played Club Brugge, I believe. So That's off the top of my head. Don't think you gotta look it up. I didn't look it up. So they've got 2 extra games. They've got a game on Monday against FC Copenhagen, so capital Denmark. Great club though. Great club, Copenhagen. Do recommend going there. So they've got extra games, and it's unfair to resume or restart the new season so early. I do agree with Frank Lampard, even though Frank Lampard isn't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he hasn't played those extra games because he's not in the Europa League. But now he's not in anything. So I think he'll get his players to go on holiday, come back refreshed, come back to Cobham training ground and get ready for the new season. I don't see why any other. I haven't heard that any other managers have come out about this restarting the Premier League. But I'm not that bothered. The fans want to see football earlier anyway. So either way, they're going to make a lot of money from it. I don't think they'll get the fans in, and if they do, it has to be a very limited amount because of COVID. It's going to be a very limited. I'd say about 30% of the ground would be full out of the 100%. That's really low. It's just over a quarter, to be honest, but it's not the same feel having 30% compared to 100%, is it? Comment what you think about that. That's a huge. It's a good debate actually, because if you get a lot of people that are passionate and sing a lot in certain areas of the ground, you could get a decent atmosphere, but I suppose it wouldn't be the 100% feel, the buzz, the sold out ground, Champions League night at blah, 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 whatever stadium. So that's an interesting one. We've got some very interesting topics coming. Oh, not topics, bloody moron. Topics. Moron. What am I using that word? Who uses that word? The next one I'd like to include is Jadon Sancho to Man United. Now, this is, without doubt, one of the best English prospects or youths I've seen in a while, we'll say. I think Wayne Rooney was amazing. I think Gerrard was class. Lampard was class. Scholesy was class. England has good players. Rooney was very good. I can't doubt Rooney was incredible. I think he's still got the most goals for Man United. Big news coming in for Celtic that they're hosting Reykjavik in the Champions League first qualifying round, as Celtic have to qualify before they actually get into the competition, which is, it's crazy to think they finished top of the league in the SPFL. So that's crazy. So the news on Sancho is that he's in the UK at the moment. He's in London, and hold on a second. I was just getting some latest news in, so I can report it now, but it doesn't look like we're going to get anything. So we'll ignore that. So Jadon Sancho's in London at the moment with a rapper, apparently. Well, he's very close with this guy, apparently, and he's in London. I don't think he's in London to do a medical or to do anything to advance the stage of the transfer to Man United. I just think he could be, as Germany and England in location is crazily close. He's just here either for a day trip or stay a few nights over. So Greater Manchester's actually in lockdown, so I don't know if Old Trafford's in Greater Manchester, but if it is, it's quite a bit of an effect because you don't want to spread the virus, so it's quite hard. It's like going to a place that they're trying to look away from others and trying to sort out a deal. It's very hard. I wouldn't do it yet, and if you have to do it, because Dortmund want to end the agreement or let him go by 10th of August, which is tomorrow. So you think about it, United have only got today and tomorrow to sort this deal out, and if not, apparently they're not going to sell him, which is weird, but it's weird, but it's weird because the German season and the transfer window goes on. So the season starts a week after the Premier League, could be more, but I reckon about a week. The transfer window goes on longer than the Premier League. So why are Dortmund trying to? They're basically saying they don't really want to sell him, but he's not really a happy egg at the club. So if I was them, I'd extend the day that the talks can go on till. I would ask Jadon myself if I was like a CEO at Dortmund, do you want to stay at the club? Like, if not, we will happily sell you and get a good price for you. Because if he's not happy, you're getting a player that's not going to put 100% in every week. Because if he wants to move back to England, don't keep him. It's so simple. Just don't keep him. It's just a waste of time. It's like what happened at Spurs, for example. Eriksen wanted to move on last summer. He played for Spurs until January, I believe, to go to Inter Milan. He wasn't happy. You could tell he wasn't playing 100%. He was useless. Any Spurs fan you can ask them, do you think Eriksen put 100% in to at the end of his career at Spurs? They would, as long as they're not deluded, they would say happily or free of charge, it was crap. It was utter crap. People were literally getting that fed up with him. They're like, get Eriksen out of my club, even though this guy served 7 years, I believe, at Spurs. So he did 7 years at Spurs, which for nowadays modern day football, it's quite a long time. If you ask any Spurs fan about Eriksen's situation towards the end of his career at Spurs, they will happily tell you, as long as they know a bit about Spurs or they watch quite a bit of the games, they would know Eriksen was crap at the end. Sad reality. He wanted to move on, and he said the previous summer he wanted a different challenge. So he moved on, and he went to Inter Milan. To be honest, I think it was great for him to move to Inter Milan. I didn't see the intricacy of Eriksen, the ability, the passing awareness, the football IQ this guy has. It's phenomenal. He was an amazing player in his time, but I feel like him in the Premier League was just not working out, and the better move for him was to move out to Italy, which is a slower league. So players like Chris Smalling, for an example. Chris Smalling was so not hated. He was never hated. He's not a hated person. Screwed at Old Trafford. They couldn't deal with him because he was just one of those players that just went under the radar but didn't do much and didn't defend that well in the Premier League. He had a whole season at Roma, who, if you don't know, are Rome in Italy. And he has been brilliant. And no one has said anything apart from Italian journalists and maybe Roma fans because they're his player. They're the player of Roma. But players like Chris Smalling, for example, as well as Eriksen, they've been scrutinised at their parent club, but when they've gone out on loan to like Italy, for example, from England, or Eriksen didn't go out on loan, but you know what I mean. For Chris Smalling, he went out on loan. He's kind of woken up his career. His career is officially alive again. This guy can kind of fight for his place at Old Trafford again. He might not stay. I never said he's staying or leaving or anything, but if he is staying, he does have an opportunity to do something at United, and I think Ole will look at him with a bit more belief in him. Now we're going on to another player of Man U, Nemanja Matic. This guy wasn't touched at United until December when injuries started hitting. Pogba was injured. Oh God, everyone was injured for them. But that's another story. But Matic, for example, he wasn't. Matic is a key player. This guy has come in. So the Spurs game, the first game after lockdown, Spurs Man U at Spurs, Matic came on with 12 minutes left. Man U were losing, and as soon as Matic came on, Man U equalised. And they probably should have won. There should have been a goal at the end, but that's another story as well. As soon as Matic come on, the game changes. Matic is the most underrated player, and if you know who I am, I do rate Matic, and I think he's a great player. And he's a game changer, and if the midfield's not very reassured in a game and you've got Matic playing on the bench, bring him on. Do you know why? He's intelligent. He knows where to pass. He's got the IQ in a football game to move the ball around, take a couple of touches, move it on, play in an attacker, and he can kind of stable the midfield. He can reassure everyone. He can tighten it up. He can do anything. Matic is a great player, but sadly with him, he's 32. So it's a real shame, but he's 32. And for a top club like Man United, I don't think he'll have... Even though he just on a 3-year contract, I just don't see him having many years at the club anymore because fitness gets you lose your fitness, your ability goes downhill soon when you get really old. You just don't. You're not just not the same. Basically, all I'm saying is you're not the same. So that is that. Let's just clean that. It's looking like a little crap. So Sancho to Man U, gone off topic quite a bit there. Bloody hell. Sancho to Man U. It's looking like a likely deal. Fabrizio said clubs are still in talks, but United want to. They're doing instalments. So they're going to pay a €70 million fee, €30 million fee, and then a €20 million fee in the space of 3 years. So Man United have 3 years to pay up this Jadon Sancho fee, which is crazy because actually, to be honest, I would agree with that 100%. And the main reason why I'd agree with that is during COVID-19, no matter what club you are, you could be the biggest club, like Barcelona, for example, but you could definitely be suffering financially because of COVID-19. So I would 100% agree with the instalments and add-ons, stuff like that, because not everyone can cough up €120 million at once. A lot of clubs are suffering, apart from Chelsea, I'd say, Man United and City, because City have rich owners. Not many clubs can just cough up €120 million. So I do agree with the instalments suggestion by Dortmund. So fair play to Dortmund for sorting that out. Another bit of news. Hold on, I'm just going to add it to the thing. It wasn't very organised, so clearly. Bale on loan. What do we make of this? Bale. So I think he asked Zidane to be left out the City game and the Champions League squad, maybe for the end until the final. I don't know. We don't know the exact details. I don't think anyone knows apart from the manager and the player. But Jonathan Barnett, the representative or the agent of Gareth Bale, he says that Gareth Bale will happily stay at Real Madrid and he's happy there and it's all fine. Obviously, he's just saying that so everyone just shuts up, really. He's just trying to get everyone to shut up. But I know, and a lot of people know, this information that Gareth Bale is not happy at Real Madrid. You would know with ease whether a player is happy at a specific club. You don't need to be smart or dumb or anything to work out whether he's happy at Real Madrid. The guy is sitting there bored on a bench every week. He's bored. He's bloody bored. I can tell he's bored, and I just know he's bored. So apparently, according to let me just screen share this. Hold on a second, my nose is going mental. Bloody hell, I only want to think it's Christmas. I'm going to screen share this. So it's a bit of a news saying, could Bale be set for a Real loan? Gareth Bale could be sent out on loan by the Real Madrid this summer. By the Real Madrid this summer. By Real Madrid. I think they've made a typo, but it's fine. According to the club's former president, Ramon Calderon. The Welshman refused to be part of the I don't think that's true. I just didn't. Actually, that is true. He didn't want to play. That's true. And the Calderon released that the Liga Current told the BBC with it's a pity to see the player like in the stands. Like, he's bored. You like just reading that, he's bored. Like, so I just don't see Gareth Bale staying. He's got big wages. This guy's earning about, I know the fee. I think it's about £300,000 to £400,000 a week. Which, if I was Real, I'd look to offer him somewhere else. He's 30-something years old. He's still got a couple of years left in him. He's not the same as what he used to be. I think he's a great player. The only problem with him, his wages are ridiculous. And if he goes out on loan, they'll probably release Real Madrid as well and split the wages up with another club for a season. Back in a sec. Just going to get a water. Open. So if I was Real Madrid, I'd put him on loan. His wages are ridiculous. So if you... Not ridiculous, wrong word to use. They're, at the current climate of the world, they're very unrealistic. So probably be best to put them out on loan. It's probably a great idea. Other news about Bale, he's not happy at Real Madrid. His agent's trying to defend him. He's not getting game time he would like. He's more interested in golf than bloody Real Madrid. He even made a flag while he was playing for Wales. He goes, Wales, golf, Real Madrid in order. And then he writes in order what he prefers. So clearly Real Madrid is at the bottom of his list. He doesn't really care about them. He prefers to play another sport than play for Real Madrid. That's basically what he's saying. So he's done. His career is finished, no offense to him, because of what he's doing and why he's just being such a lazy type player, which I don't agree with. So there's some other interesting news coming out. Hold on, let me just. So some journalists are comparing this transfer saga to who will blink first, as in like it's like a game of poker they're comparing it to. It's crazy. The especially during the current market of the world, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Right. I'm not interested now. Let's just go on to the Adrian Gomez contract. So Adrian Gomez was a Man United prospect. He was a great player, honestly. Great player in the youth academy. He was loved. He was from Salford, which is right. It's in Manchester, a little town in Manchester. So he's from there. I think he speaks Portuguese as well because he's got that Portuguese inheritance. But all I know is Angel Gomez has moved to Lille. He's gone to Lille, I believe. Let me just double check. He has gone to Lille indeed. He's an English player. He's a cam, I believe, but he can play on the wing. He's signed a 5-year contract at Lille. He's left Man United on a free as he's ran his contract down. Not a very clever guy. I don't know why he's left. To be honest, Lille are known for their academy projects, whatever you call them. So this is probably a great move. And then he's going on loan to Boavista, which I believe is in Portugal. So he can speak his Portuguese out there. So great post from Lille this morning saying they've reached agreement with the England under-20. Could be a good deal, that. Who knows? No one really knows. Liverpool want Ben White apparently and ditched the Antonio Rudiger in the process. That's other news, but to be honest, it's not going to happen. This is actually big news, which is actually a little bit more realistic. Is if Chelsea wanted to ever sell Kante, they're eyeing up to get Declan Rice, which it's a good move. I think Declan Rice is a great player. He's got a lot of talent for a youngster. He's a good player. I really rate Declan Rice. I think he would be good at Chelsea. He's a great passer, good at hold-up play in the midfield. He knows how to control a game. He's got a great captain with him, as in Mark Noble, so he's got a lot to learn from. Mark Noble's an old man. Well, not old man. In football, so he's an old man, but so he's learning off him at the moment. I think Mark Noble is he's a great leader, and Declan Rice could also follow in his footsteps to become a great leader at either another club or Chelsea or West Ham. He could even be a loyalist and stay, but I think he's a great player, Declan Rice. I can see him going to Chelsea. There's not talks, but there's a bit of media work going around. Not a lot of journalists, media people online, and people that do media stuff, saying that there will be a transfer and that they do rate if this did happen, this would be a great bit of business. Depends how much West Ham would want to sell him for. A lot of this news coming out. Some of it's really unrealistic. It's never going to happen. Like, why would you even put it in a newspaper or anything? It's just a waste of time. Another bit of news: Chelsea are looking to eye up John Stones, which was originally sold by Everton to City, Man City, that is. So that could be done this summer. John Stones is not that loved by Pep, I wouldn't say. He's just not been that effective at City. He's made a lot of mistakes. He doesn't look that great. He was very hyped at Everton, but since then, he hasn't been the same. And he got bought for like a big price tag of 50 million. So he hasn't lived up to his price tag either. So it's a huge shame that John Stones' status has kind of gone down here. His price tag has definitely gone downhill. Chelsea could easily snap him up 40 mil. Depends how much, because City bought Ake. They might want to keep him for the bench because they've got Ake Laporte now. So if City want to, because Ake signed a 5-year deal, he's joined from Bournemouth, 41 million. So it'd be interesting to see whether John Stones does move on or if he stays. I don't know if he's happy in Manchester. I don't know anything about John Stones. I'm not that interested, to be honest. But if he does move, it'd be a great move for him if he did move to Chelsea. As Chelsea's defence is very, very inconsistent. Is probably a good word to use. But I heard on online the other day, some people was comparing Chelsea's attack next season to Chelsea's defence. So they were calling Chelsea's defence the Toyota Prius, and then they were calling the attack a Lamborghini Gallardo. Like, you can't compare them to. How can you compare a Prius to a Gallardo? You just can't. It's crazy. Chelsea's attack next season is going to be so scary, especially if they get Havertz. It's going to be so scary. I don't even know what thing, because at the moment it's just so bare. It's probably a good word to use for their attack at the moment. It's so meh and bare. Abraham's poor. No offense to him. He's not the greatest player I've ever seen at Chelsea up front. He's no Drogba wannabe. Pulisic is very good, I have to be honest. Pedro's deadwood. Didn't say because he's an old man. He's not very good. Willian is moving to Arsenal. Another bit of talking point. Willian's going to Arsenal on a 3-year deal. How great. Great business from Arsenal, in my opinion. Not. Why would you buy a 30-something-year-old from Chelsea who's literally at the end of their career and pay him like 200k a week? And then you're saying you're having issues with financially having issues because of COVID. You don't make sense, Arsenal Football Club. No offense to Arsenal. I don't hate them on that or anything, but they just don't make any sense. They're coming out saying, oh, we're struggling because of COVID-19. It's paying a massive effect on our club because we're having to sack staff or get rid of, telling them to go, saying they're not necessary. But then we want to sign a Aubameyang on a £300,000 a week contract. It's crazy. I know. I personally wouldn't do it, but we don't know the backstory to whether Arsenal are letting these staff go because they're not needed. There could be staff that are doing, I don't know, there could be staff doing cooking at the Emirates, like in the food canteen type, not canteen, where you get your food from in the stadium. They could be like irrelevant, like because of COVID. You can't have fans in the ground anyway, so what's the point of having staff doing food and coffees and beers and whatever if there's no people there to serve it to? So they could be sacking them. Not sacking, but telling them to do one. It could be one of those types of jobs. It could be some academy staff. It could be some groundsmen. You don't know for any either the Emirates or for the training ground in London Colney. But we just don't know. I don't know what their training ground is even called. I've been there though. It's a decent training ground. So I'd like to thank everyone who has watched today's transfer show. It's been a pleasure doing my first ever one. Really enjoyed it. They're the latest headlines at the moment. I don't know if I rambled too much about other things, but you've got a bit of an insight to other stories that I know about that you might not know about. I do get informed on information by certain individuals online and in real life. And also, forgot about this. Hold up, people. Hold up. Spurs have signed Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and I saw it as a joke online. He's the best Pierre in North London now. Now that Spurs have signed him. He's obviously not, but it's obviously a joke. I get the joke. I get the gist. So his medical's scheduled on the 10th. He's apparently signing, I don't know what the contract is, but he was going to sign a 3-year contract, I heard. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. It was a bit of a deadwood at... he got stripped of captaincy at Southampton. He was a bit of a deadwood for Houston Arsenal at Southampton. Brighton turned down Leeds' 20 million offer for Ben White. That's nice little news. And also, last to leave it off, got another story. Oh, God, stretch. Another story to leave you all off. The show's been great. We've done about 35 minutes. Andrea Pirlo was appointed as the under-23 manager for Juventus. Then, a couple of days back now, I think it was on Friday now, Juventus lost to Lyon on on aggregate on away goals. So basically, Juventus have got knocked out of the Champions League by Lyon, and the day after, they literally did it without hesitation. They sacked Sarri after 1 year. He's won them the league by 1 point, which they do every year, so it's not that big of a deal. More comfortably normally, but they won by 1 point, but fair play for winning it. And then they sacked Sarri for getting knocked out of the Champions League, because I assume their ambition was to try and get to the final and hopefully win it. But they sacked him, and then they got Andrea Pirlo, the under-23 manager. He's probably like, what's going on? I thought I was the academy manager. Now I'm the real manager. And he's probably thinking, what the hell is going on in my club? It's crazy. And we'll leave you at that. It was a great show today. I'll keep you updated tomorrow if I'm back tomorrow with a show. Really enjoyed today. Celtic got Reykjavik in the Champions League. What do you want to call them? Qualifiers. Probably them. Lampard has come out saying Chelsea do need to. The Chelsea players need to kind of mature a tiny bit, and they need to try and get, because a lot of them they're kind of like academy type players. Like they've gone out on loan basically, so they need to come back and try and prove a point to Lampard, more or less. So I was just reading up a bit on the Celtic game. Well, I don't support them, don't worry. If anyone's thinking I'm a biased fan, I don't support Celtic. I was just reading up on the deal. The cricket was mental yesterday, but we won't talk about the cricket because this is a football channel. I will talk about the cricket if you want me to make a channel on cricket, because I know a lot about cricket. And also Liverpool do want David Brooks for 35 million. We'll leave you on that one because snap him up. He's going down with Bournemouth, so if you want to get him, they can go and get him for a cheaper fee. Fair play to Liverpool, and thank you all for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you did enjoy that one, comment down below, share, subscribe, like. I'll leave it up here. Do all of that stuff, and you'll be highly regarded on this channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next one. I really enjoyed that one. Nice 40-minute show you can listen to. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. If you enjoyed that, comment down below, and hopefully we can do another one, as I really enjoyed that. I will see you all later.